Hello and welcome back to Learn with Riaz, where we make coding simple and fun. In the last episode, we learned about objects in JavaScript, how to represent one real-world entity like a student with details like name, roll number, and grade. But what if we have a whole class full of students? Not just one student, but many. That's where arrays of objects come in. They let us store, manage multiple real-world items, each with its own details, and by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how to use them, just like a pro developer does. Let's imagine our classroom again. We already know how to create one student object like this.
Now we know how do we work with an object, a single object. But the topic of this lesson is array of objects.
But what about the entire class, say 5 students? We can't create 5 separate variables for each student. That's messy and unmanageable. So we will create an array that holds multiple student objects.
So here, we have defined as the students as an array, but this time this array holds an object. Now, if we have to access a specific property of an object, we write the array name, and then the index of array. For example, if we have to access information about Rahul, then we can use the index 1. Remember, the index of array start from 0 and the name, and this will be the name of student and then roll number of this particular student at the index 1. Now if we go to the browser and refresh it, we have seen here it's Rahul and his roll number is 15. Rahul and his roll number is 15. That's how we simply access the property of an object when it is in an array.
Now, students is an array where each element is an object representing one student. To access data, we can combine our array and object knowledge. Let's say we want to print Zara's grade. Here is what happens. Student at the index 2 gives us the third student object because arrays start at index 0. Dot grade accesses Zara's grade inside that object. We can also loop through all students.
Another case is if we have to check grades of all the students, what we can use is we use the looping statement for let I is equal to 0, I is less than students, not students dot length I plus plus. So we will do console.log grade of students. As we know, index I dot name is, again we will use the same notation. Here we are combining. We are first getting the index using the bracket notation and dot notation to get a particular property. Now save this, and if we go to the browser and refresh it, now it gives the grade of Aisha is A, grade of Rahul is B, grade of Zara is A plus, grade of Arjun is B plus, Mehak is A, as it should be mapping to what we have in the array of objects, array of students in here.
Boom! You just accessed structured real-world data using JavaScript. Now think about your YouTube channel. Each video has a title, a views count, a duration, a publish date. We can represent all your videos using an array of objects. Let video equal to array. Then inside each object we can have a title, a property, we can have views property, and we can have the duration property. That's how you can define an array of videos. Now you can easily find total views, list all titles, or display them on your website, all from one neat data structure. That's exactly how real web apps manage lists of data. Want to add a new student? Just do students.push with the object in it, and if you want to remove it, do the students pop. Want to update a grade, do the student at the index.grade, it will update the grade.
Now if we want to add an object to this array, it is simply we can do is a push operation, but remember we can push anything here, but we are dealing with the object of students, so we will keep a single object. It will have the same properties, name, roll number, and grade. And if we do the console log after pushing it, it should now have the current as a value as well. You can see grade of current is A. And in the similar way, if we want to remove a student, we can do pop. Remember in one of the previous lessons we learned that the pop can remove an item from array. This time this array holds the object, so it's going to remove the last one. We push this and we're going to pop it back, so current will be again removed. Now let's do the refresh. Current is gone even though we pushed it first, but we'll later on popped it. And we can use all the array operations that we have used before. We can do shift, it removes the first one, so this time current and Aisha will be gone from this array. You can see after refreshing it, Aisha is no more there and current is also no more there in this list that we have did the console log. And in the same way we can modify a particular grade. Let's say if we want to modify the grades of Zara. Zara's index is 0, 1, and 2 dot grade. What is the current grade of Zara? It is A plus. Let's say we want to change it to A minus. After saving it, if you go to the browser, this is the grade of Zara. It is A plus now. And when we do the refresh, actually we need to just comment out these. Doing the pop and shift, push, pop, and shift, it's changing the index, but we're working directly with this students array. So now it should be giving us the correct result. Zara has A plus. Refresh it. The Zara has A minus now. That's how we modify objects in an array. First, we have to specify which object it is by going to the index in the array, students array, and then the property, and then the property is new value. That's it.
These simple operations make JavaScript incredibly powerful for managing data dynamically. So when do we use the arrays of objects? You use them whenever you're working with lists of similar entities like users, products, students, videos, or books. Each entity has multiple pieces of related data. It's one of the most common data patterns you will use as a developer. Let's do a quick recap. Object holds individual data entries. Arrays of objects hold multiple entities together. You can loop, access, and manipulate them easily. It is the foundation for handling real-world data and the first step towards building the interactive web apps. Awesome job making it this far. In the next episode, we will take this concept even further. We will learn DOM manipulation basics that connects JavaScript to HTML, build interactive web pages. This is going to be fun to learn, so make sure you subscribe and do not forget to like, share this with your friends who are learning JavaScript, because this is where your coding skills truly start to take shape. Thanks for watching.